everyone. So today we're going to talk about how the pandemic has affected our teens' mental health. Some recent statistics put out by the CDC state that over 1/3 of high schoolers reported experiencing poor mental health during the pandemic, and almost half of that same group said they felt persistently sad or hopeless in the last year. Prior to COVID, our teens were already struggling. They feel a lot of pressure to perform and to be the best they can be. They live in a culture of comparison, with social media and their every move being documented. Being a teenager today is a lot different and a lot harder than it was when we as parents were that age. Then you throw in all the things that came with the pandemic, the isolation, the social disconnectedness, the changes in how they were doing school, their worries about their families, whether that be health or financial or something else. It was more than a lot of these kids could take. Things have eased up a little bit now, thank goodness, with kids back in school and restrictions being lifted and so forth. But our teens are still reeling. They're still feeling the effects. So as parents, what can we do? The first thing we need to do is familiarize ourselves with the red flags and be able to recognize when our child might be struggling. I've got a free guide out there that can help with this and can go into a lot more detail. But some of the big warning signs for kids this age are a decline in school performance, changes in social life. Are they withdrawing? Do they all of a sudden have a new friend group? Do they have increased irritability or moodiness that is more than just normal teenage angst? Once we recognize these red flags, as uncomfortable as it might be, we need to be able to talk to our kids about our concerns. And I know a lot of you are out there saying, but Beth, if my kid can't answer with a one word or a grunt, the conversation is just not happening. And to that, I'll say that you're not asking the right questions. You have to lay the foundation for the conversation so they trust you and feel emotionally safe enough to open up. Then ask better questions to get better answers. When we talk about the foundation for the conversation, kids don't open up for three main reasons. They fear they'll be judged or criticized. They think we'll minimize or discredit what they're feeling. Or they don't want the unsolicited advice or us telling them how to fix the problem. So to set the stage for the conversation that you want to have, you want to go into it with the intention of listening more than you talk. Timing is crucial too. There is never going to be a perfect time for this conversation or a time where you even feel 100% comfortable. But you want to be mindful of their mood and how they're feeling. Try to have the conversation at a time when they aren't so moody or irritable, or they seem to be a little more open and receptive. So now let's talk about the questions. The questions that you ask are going to determine the information that you get. So for example, instead of asking, is everything okay with you and Johnny? To which your teen can reply yes or no and leave it at that. Maybe it could be better to say, so I've noticed you haven't really been hanging out with Johnny as much as you normally do. What's up with that? Open-ended questions are your best friend. They give your teen an opportunity to talk. Also, try asking your child what they feel like might help them the most. Don't assume that you know how they feel or what they need. Don't presume to have all the answers. Take your cue from them and let them tell you what they feel like would work best. So if you'd like to learn more about how to support your teen's mental health, be sure to download our free guide and also follow us on social media for more tips, tricks, and updates. And get ready, because we're launching a course really soon where we're going to cover all the ins and outs of this exact topic. If you're interested in finding out more about how one-on-one work can benefit you, just click the link in the description to learn more.